There are stories that find you, stories that whisper in the quiet moments, stories that resonate deep within your soul. These are the tales that aren't just heard, but felt. They linger, they inspire, and they challenge us to look beyond the ordinary. Stories that remind us of the power within, the strength we often underestimate, the potential that lies dormant, waiting to be awakened. They are a testament to the human spirit's boundless capacity for greatness. This is the story of Tina Kay, a narrative woven with threads of ambition, perseverance, and unwavering self-belief. A woman whose name now shines on the global stage, a beacon of inspiration for countless individuals around the world. Her journey is a reminder that geographical boundaries and societal expectations are merely lines on a map, not limitations to our dreams. Before the world knew her, before the accolades and the recognition, she was a girl in Lithuania, nestled in a small town where life moved at a slower pace, where traditions ran deep, and where the world felt both vast and intimately familiar. Growing up as her country found its new identity, navigating the complexities of a post-Soviet era, a time of both uncertainty and immense possibility. This backdrop shaped her perspective, instilling in her a deep appreciation for freedom and the courage to forge her own path. Tina's journey is about resilience, about facing adversity head-on and emerging stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. It's a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome obstacles and defy expectations. And the radical act of choosing your own path, of daring to deviate from the norm, of embracing your individuality and pursuing your passions with unwavering conviction. In her small town, dreams were often kept quiet, whispered in hushed tones, overshadowed by the practicality of everyday life. But Tina's were impossible to ignore, a roaring fire within her soul that refused to be extinguished. They burned bright, illuminating her path forward. She saw the world as a canvas, a blank slate brimming with potential, ready for her to create her own masterpiece, to paint her dreams onto the fabric of reality with bold strokes of passion and unwavering determination. Her drive wasn't about fame. It wasn't about seeking external validation or chasing fleeting moments of glory. It was about expressing her true self, about honoring her authentic voice and sharing her unique perspective with the world, and connecting deeply with others, forging meaningful relationships built on empathy, understanding, and shared human experience. Tina's story began with a simple, powerful feeling, a deep-seated knowing, an unshakable conviction she was meant for more, destined for something greater than the confines of her small town could offer. Many of us hear that inner voice, that gentle nudge towards our true potential, that whisper of possibility that often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life. But Tina listened. She cultivated a space of quietude within herself, allowing her inner wisdom to guide her decisions. And let it guide her, trusting her intuition and embracing the unknown with courage and unwavering faith. She refused to live within the lines drawn by others. She dared to challenge the status quo and create her own definition of success. Her journey teaches us. It illuminates the path for those who dare to dream beyond the horizon. That the first step to living your dream is having the courage to hear it, to acknowledge its presence, and to nurture its growth. Tina didn't just find her way. She didn't simply stumble upon a pre-existing path. She created her own world, brick by brick, dream by dream, fueled by passion and unwavering self-belief, built on authenticity and self-love, a foundation of unwavering self-acceptance that allowed her to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. From Lithuania's quiet streets, where the echoes of history mingle with the promise of the future, to international recognition, her journey is a testament to the power of dreams and the unwavering pursuit of one's true calling. Her path is one of constant evolution, a continuous unfolding of potential, a lifelong commitment to growth and self-discovery. She shows us that your destiny is in your hands, that you have the power to shape your own reality and create a life that is aligned with your deepest values and aspirations. No matter where you start, regardless of your background or circumstances, the power to transform your life lies within you. So, what dream are you ready to bring to life? What masterpiece are you waiting to create? The world is waiting to witness your unique brilliance. Every journey, no matter how grand or transformative, starts with a single step. It's that initial act of courage, that first movement forward, that sets the entire course in motion. And for Tina, this pivotal journey began in the quiet, formative years of her childhood, a time of innocence and discovery. Growing up in a small, close-knit Lithuanian town nestled amidst rolling hills and serene landscapes, she absorbed the values of community, resilience, and the importance of heritage. Even as a young girl, she was a dreamer, gazing at the horizon and envisioning endless possibilities that stretched far beyond the borders of her small town. Her imagination knew no bounds. The world around her was rapidly changing, especially in the post-Soviet era, as Lithuania navigated its newfound independence and embraced a wave of social and political transformation. Amidst this backdrop of societal change, Tina began a deeply personal journey to forge her own identity, separate from the expectations and norms that surrounded her. She realized that her birth name, while significant, was only a single chapter in the unfolding story of her life. It didn't fully capture the essence of who she was becoming. Choosing the name Tina K was not a frivolous decision, but rather her first profound act of independence, a declaration of self-authorship. It was a name that honored her Lithuanian roots, paying homage to her heritage, while simultaneously embracing the boundless possibilities of her future. It was a bridge between her past and her aspirations. This wasn't just about selecting a new moniker, it was about so much more than simply changing a name on a piece of paper. It was about claiming her personal power, stepping into her own light, and confidently declaring to the world, "This is who I am, and this is who I choose to be." In a place where conformity was often the easiest path to take, where blending in was the norm, Tina made the conscious decision to choose authenticity, to embrace her individuality, and to remain true to herself, no matter the cost. She learned the invaluable skill of trusting her instincts, that quiet voice within that guides us toward our true purpose. She learned to quiet the noise of the outside world and listen intently to her inner voice, the compass that would guide her through life's inevitable storms. This early developed resilience, this unwavering commitment to her own truth, became the bedrock, the strong foundation upon which she would build everything she would later achieve. Her life, like most, was a complex tapestry woven with threads of vibrant dreams and daunting challenges, moments of triumph and periods of profound struggle. But through it all, she held onto her vision with unwavering tenacity, refusing to let go of the dreams that fueled her spirit and guided her path. She understood deep down that her journey would inevitably require immense bravery, a willingness to take calculated risks, and the courage to step outside of her comfort zone. And so, armed with a new name, a symbol of her self-defined identity, and with an unyielding sense of hope blossoming in her heart, Tina began her determined walk toward the global stage, ready to make her mark on the world. The world, unaware of the force that was about to arrive, was on the cusp of meeting Tina K. For Tina, the world was full of possibilities, each one a potential pathway to a new chapter in her life. Tina's first door to a new world opened through modeling, a realm of lights, cameras, and creative expression. It was an opportunity she hadn't anticipated, but one she embraced wholeheartedly. Each photo shoot was an act of discovery, a chance to explore different facets of herself and her capabilities. She learned to move, to pose, to embody different characters and emotions. With every click of the camera, she was revealing new confidence and presence, a transformation that went beyond the surface. She was finding her strength in front of the lens. Modeling taught her about the industry, the art of presentation, and most importantly, her own power to influence and captivate. She began to understand the impact of her image and how to wield it. For the first time, she was earning her own money, a tangible reward for her hard work and dedication. This financial independence was a game changer, and with that money came the freedom of making her own decisions, shaping her own path without relying on others. She was in control of her finances and, by extension, her life. This independence was intoxicating, a taste of what it meant to be truly free and self-reliant. It fueled her ambition and her desire to create a life that was entirely her own. It was proof she could build a life on her own terms, a testament to her resilience and determination. She was no longer bound by expectations or limitations. She was no longer just dreaming of a better future. She was actively working towards it, making it a reality. She was creating her future brick by brick, one choice at a time, each decision a step towards the life she envisioned. Then another door opened, beckoning her towards a new and uncharted territory. This time, it was the adult entertainment industry, a world often misunderstood and shrouded in controversy. This was a bold, deliberate choice, not one made lightly, but with careful consideration and a clear understanding of what it entailed. It was about owning her body, reclaiming her image, and embracing her sexuality without shame or reservation. In a world that often tries to control and dictate women's bodies and choices, she was determined to break free from those constraints. Tina took control herself, seizing the reins of her own narrative and refusing to be defined by societal expectations. She celebrated her sensuality, viewing it not as something to be hidden or suppressed, but as a source of power and pleasure. And in doing so, she found liberation in self-acceptance, freeing herself from the burden of judgment and self-doubt. The industry became a space to explore her identity without apology, to experiment with different roles and personas, and to discover new aspects of herself. She found strength in vulnerability, daring to be open and honest about her experiences and her desires. And she discovered power in authenticity, embracing her true self without pretense or facade. Every step was a conscious decision, a deliberate act of self-determination. She chose to live her truth out loud, refusing to be silenced or shamed for her choices. Tina set her own terms, defining her own boundaries and refusing to compromise her values. She was embracing every part of herself with pride, celebrating her strengths and accepting her imperfections. This was her life, her body, her choice, and she would not let anyone take that power away from her. Entering the adult industry was Tina's deliberate step into self-empowerment. She claimed her narrative and her body, finding liberation in self-acceptance. Tina became the architect of her own image, reshaping her understanding of strength. True power, she discovered, lies in embracing your desires without shame. Every project was a conscious choice, an expression of creativity and sensuality. The industry gave her a platform to explore her identity and build independence. For the first time, she was in control of her destiny, personally and professionally. This autonomy allowed her to evolve as an artist and person. Through her bold choices, Tina found community and belonging. She was living her truth, creating space for others to do the same. Choosing a public, controversial path brought challenges. Tina faced judgment and misunderstanding, but these trials forged her spirit. She learned that outside noise only has power if you let it drown your inner voice. Tina turned up the volume on her truth, refusing to be defined by others. In moments of doubt, she returned to her core beliefs, her right to choose and her worth. She realized judgment reflects others' fears, not her reality. Her response was to stand firmly in her truth, leading by example. Living openly, she challenged stereotypes and stigmas. Her quiet strength became a testament to self-belief. Tina transformed negativity into fuel for her mission of empowerment. Even the strongest face internal storms. Tina's journey was filled with self-doubt and vulnerability. She learned to sit with discomfort and find her way back to center. Embracing her struggles became her superpower. Sharing her doubts made her relatable and human. True strength, she found, was in being seen as she was, flaws and all. This honesty deepened her connection with her audience. She channeled her emotions into her work, giving it authenticity and depth. Overcoming internal battles became a daily practice of self-love. Tina proved that vulnerability is the heart of true strength. Every artist feels the call to create, not just perform. For Tina, stepping behind the camera was a natural evolution. She wanted to shape stories that reflected empowerment and connection. As a director, she brought intention and artistry to her work. Her sets became known as safe, empowering spaces for creativity. Tina became a creator, businesswoman and leader. She controlled the creative process, infusing every project with her message. Her work challenged outdated tropes and celebrated genuine pleasure. Tina became a brand and a visionary, breaking barriers for others. Her films championed a more nuanced, respectful portrayal of sexuality. As Tina's platform grew, so did her voice. She became an advocate for self-love, body positivity and choice. Her message, you are worthy, powerful, and deserving of your truth. Tina inspires by living openly and unapologetically. She shows that success and happiness can be self-defined. Her advocacy destigmatizes her industry and promotes healthy conversations. Tina is a role model for anyone seeking courage and authenticity. She encourages others to dream big and never fear judgment. Legacy isn't what we accumulate, but the lives we touch. Tina K's legacy is one of courage, authenticity, and bold dreams. She invites us all to embrace our truth and live boldly. Be yourself, especially when it's hard. Never be afraid to dream. Your dreams are your blueprint. Tina's story is a call to freedom, to choose, create, and be. She shattered stereotypes and built bridges of understanding. Her message: listen to your inner voice and honor your path. Tina's journey reminds us we can create our own destiny, live boldly, be yourself, and dream on.